Very story of tattooing, mate. How did tattooing happen?
Are we actually interviewing each other here?
I'm interviewing you, mate, because it means you don't get to fucking know anymore about me. I'm not fucking losing. This will be like the Rock and was it Jason Statham the Rock and Vin Diesel.
Do you know what I'm thinking?
One priest, right?
Just some one priest dick.
Jesus, and you're forever known as a cocksucker. You can do great things in life.
One priest dick, and you're forever known as a cocksucker.
You're a cocksucker, but that's just.
Lads, play it again. He says, fucking ways. We're not playing it for a third time. He turned around, he says, it's not me that's asking. See that wee man down in the corner? We looked around, fucking one of the biggest gangsters who was all over the papers at the time. He was sitting in the corner, fucking waving up at us. We was like, okay, mate, no sweat. It's 2, 3, 4.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to a brand new podcast. This is the Bat and The Bandit with myself, Phil Campbell, my very best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. Lee Rogers. And we came up with this idea, how long ago?
Fuck. Years ago?
Yeah, just kind of, we're men of a certain age at the minute.
I'm a bit older than you, like.
Wee bit, aye, but this is fucking cheaper than therapy, to be fair. Like, you know, it's an opportunity for us to talk shit, to, I don't know, get a wee bit of a conversation going, maybe develop a wee bit of a community even. These people that be willing to listen to us.
This is the Bat and The Bandit podcast.
First episode. First thing, we should probably introduce ourselves, because this is going to start with people who know who we are.
Yeah. Not
to sound conceited, but that's how these things usually start. So eventually for people who are finding their way to this, Lee Rogers, who are you?
I'm a cunt from Carrick. I am a musician and tattoo artist.
Yep.
We are shooting from Seven of Swords Tattoo Studio.
We are indeed.
I was going to say it's mine, but it's actually my wife's. I just fucking work here now. How did that happen? How the fuck do you end up having a wee apprentice coming in and you're fucking constantly trying to get her to be in work on time, constantly looking out for a fucking feather every day. The only way that girl ate meals was because I was feeding her every day. And then the next thing, you turn around, 15 years later, you're married, and she's the fucking boss. How'd that happen?
Tattoo. Well, how did that happen? Now let's get back to very story of tattooing, mate. How did tattooing happen?
Are we actually interviewing each other here?
I'm interviewing you, mate, because it means you don't get to fucking know anymore about me. Genuinely though.
Everybody knows about you, kid. Everybody.
If the rumours are to be believed, which they should be.
How did I get into tattooing? It's a really long story.
Go ahead, mate.
Do you want to talk about UFOs and shit?
Eventually, mate.
Occultism and fucking anti-Christianity shit.
Mate, what we're doing now is essentially a wee bit of grease before the rough stuff, right?
God,
so this just eases us into the conversation tattooing. A wee bit.
I've been around tattooing all my life. So I grew up with tattoos in the family and tattoos that were friends. And I was a good artist myself, always drawing and doodling shit. And I started it's 20 years ago now. 20 years, man. 2004, something like that.
You started when you were about 10 then?
15. Fuck. And I kind of started doing it because I had been signed to a label for music, and tattooing was something I always wanted to do. And whenever I signed a label, I found myself in a position where I wasn't going out to work every day.
Yep.
And, you know, that gets old very quickly when you're just sitting around. So I picked up the machines and started doing bad shit on people, and then just
in kitchens and all.
I fucking anywhere, you know what I mean? I just gradually got a bit better every time, and then I think a couple of actual tattooists that I was following at the time, probably fucking MySpace or something like that. Said that's good.
Fuck me, you're a brave age.
You're
throwing out MySpace.
Just thought it was dead on, so I ended up just fucking going with it, keeping on going. Work got better. I think around 2008. Opened up the first studio down here, Diamondback Tattoo Studio.
Now, when did we meet? It was about 15 years ago, wasn't it?
That's a long time now.
And I remember somebody had got me a tattoo voucher for Christmas, and I was thinking, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get a sleeve started, so I went down. I had all these references and all, had a book and everything. And I went down with my wee book, fucking... I think I was 20 years old, no shoulders or anything on me at the time. I used to tell people they had to cut them to get me out of the well when I was away, but scrubs. So went in with my wee book, and and the angriest looking fucker I have ever seen in my life came out. I mean, I was scaredy for about the first 3 years we were friends, to be fair, like. But Diamondback Tattoo Studio, a lot of fucking great memories in there, because I was working in a job I hated, folks. Fucking hated it with a passion. And you essentially just paid me to be your best mate.
That's it. Look at us now, kid. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now my whole fucking team's here. Huh?
We're doing all right, mate.
We're doing all right.
But then, like, you'd gone away from tattooing for a long time.
Well, I came away from it because the label that I was with ended up in a fucking massive bank scandal, where this team of essentially managers were embezzling small companies, and they were one of the companies that got embezzled. So they ended up in a fucking shitstorm for years, man. I had to sink or swim. So no money coming in for music. Excuse me. I had to end up going into tattooing full time.
So you went into tattooing sort of more through necessity?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, at the time it fucking killed me, because it was like, that first record I done, it was doing things.
Yeah.
You know
John Clocks?
Yeah, and I was about to head out to New York. We were talking to Dave Matthews Band's manager and shit, and it was all going in the right direction. And then, literally, from one phone call, I mean, I was about to go to New York, I think maybe in 2 days' time, and then a phone call came through, say, the Thursday, and just says, that's us, kid, we can't do it. We've just had all our bank accounts closed down, because the people who were doing this bad shit to the companies turned it on the companies and said that it was them that was doing it. So
where does that put you then? Just up shit creek?
Up shit creek, yes.
Where's that put you mentally?
I was fucked. I mean, it's not something that I talk about a lot of the time, but I wasn't in a good place. Like, so even coming into tattooing, which I've always wanted to do and always loved the idea of, and when I had to go and open up my own studio, it probably wasn't even all that good. But I had to do something.
Like you say, it was something you did out of necessity, as opposed to where maybe if you had gravitated it towards it entirely independently and of your own sort of vocation, would have been differently. Because I see a change in you now, to be fair. Yeah, there's a fucking huge change in you.
Motherfucker now.
Because you're coming in here with fucking Seven of Swords Tattoo Studio, Lauren. 58A Main Street. But you're coming in here with like an enthusiasm, and I can see you looking forward to doing bits and pieces. And like when you're talking to clients about it, there's such a marked difference. And is that just a difference in your approach to work, or is there a difference going on behind the scenes? Like, are you happier now, or where are you?
Man, you know what? It's the sort of thing that at the minute I was so happy. I mean, I have nothing to do for a while in music. That's me for a bit now. So it is. I'm going to continue writing stuff for the publishing side of things, but I don't really have much to do at the minute. And it's easy to get yourself in a rut. I mean, that whole time, a lot of the time I was dropping my wife to work, heading home, and fucking
doing things you shouldn't be doing.
You know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? Trying to get the day in, and that leads to fucking about, and you know what I mean? So, not very good. So, with a year with nothing to do, I need to do something.
Yeah.
And coming back in here, starting work again with her, starting work in the studio with a whole new client base.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, man. You know
was it a weird transition though for it? Because
shit myself.
Again, not to fucking shine your shoes for you, but fuck me, back in the Diamondback days, very well known, very well respected, award-winning artist. Was it difficult at all having to go in pretty much ground zero again? Because like any industry, it moves along and it evolves so fucking quickly. Tattooing especially, with new faces popping up and everything. So 7.5, 8 years out of the game. Oh, wow. So it's a long time. Was it difficult starting again and having to develop an entirely new client base?
Yeah, I mean, I literally hadn't lifted a machine until this place opened. The day it opened. And I think the first tattoo I'd done in a very long time was that one on you.
Are we fucking beautiful? I would have been fucking raging if your first tattoo back was on somebody else, and through no fault of their own.
You said that, and because you've got autism, man, I understood you were telling the truth.
No, kidding me. I would have no fault of their own. I'd have fucking killed them. And on your head, it would have been. But no, yeah, it was great.
No, the transition this time. Last time I was doing it, I was jaded. Yeah. I was kind of, I'm only doing this here because it's the second best thing that I have.
Yeah.
I can do, and I need to make money and blah, blah, blah. And ironically, that attitude, with that attitude, I ended up so fucking busy every day, man. I was knocking out 70 tattoos a day.
Yeah.
And then went back, was winning awards. I must have had some semblance of fucking like want to do it. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely it was a time where I'd always thought to myself, someday these guys are going to get back on their feet. They're going to call me. We're going to go back and do music. Blah blah blah. You know.
But then music did come back around again.
Music did come back around again, and it did, and we did some great stuff. You know, but we did some great stuff with it. Got some records recorded. Went out on the road. Had a lot of fun. But like I say, with nothing to do, it gets old sitting in the house, fucking drinking and shit.
Yeah.
So the coming back into this now has been nothing short of a pleasure. You know,
you're actually enjoying it.
I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
Aye, happy days. Do you find your approach to people's changed at all? Because for me, as I say, you gave me a job just basically to hang out with you back in the day when I was 20 years old and fucking.
What are you being a cunt for?
No. Because you were the point I'm making is you were that fucking dislikable at a stage. You had to pay people to fucking be your mate. But
down my fucking noser.
But the point I'm making is, for me and my kind of like, I'm autistic, and at 2021 I didn't know. I didn't get my diagnosis until I was in my 30s.
Yeah, let's talk about you.
Yeah,
for a
no.
No, it's your turn.
But for me, in the studio in Diamondback, getting the grounding on social interaction, and how to talk to people was fucking invaluable.
Invaluable to you.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, is the way with the sort of renewed enthusiasm you have now, do you interact maybe a wee bit differently with clients?
I think about 10 years ago, Phil, maybe coming probably to the end of the last studio, whenever I was about to go out and do my shit and hit the road and whatnot.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a fucking eureka moment in my head where I stopped giving a fuck.
Who was she?
She was dead on. It was a good ride. But anyway, listen to me seriously.
Yeah.
And I had this moment where I was like, I would walked around like with my hat down and kind of fucking not wanting people to, you know what I mean? That's the way I was. It just was so fucking private and so weird at times and so guarded that I think whenever things changed and life got actually genuinely happy for me, I dropped the baggage, man, didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I started getting interested in people and what they actually were, because I would have been sitting there and people would have been talking, fuck me, man.
Trying to get the end of it.
Fucking, let's get through this here. But now I'm enjoying hearing the stories and interacting and genuinely picking up and having a fucking laugh with people and making new friends, man. You know what I mean?
Class.
It's always fucking.
Well, that's what's cool. Like I was saying, like that's 7.5, 8 years away from tattooing. You've come back and there's an entirely new demographic, but it's also sort of gratifying to see people. There's people that got their last tattoo off you, and in the interim haven't been tattooed by anybody.
No, that's
is that not cool?
It's kind of strange, man. Because I've said to everybody, it's been fucking 8 years. Did you not go and get that finished somewhere? You know what I mean?
And
they
then
were like, no. And I was like, you didn't have much faith in the music then. I just wait. That cunt will be back someday.
And just while we're on like self promotion, there's fuck all wrong with a bit of self promotion.
Let's not do that. Let's
no,
talk about you.
No, we will.
I want to ask you questions.
Don't. I'd really appreciate if you didn't.
You can't fucking ask me all the questions here, Phil. You're getting them too.
No, but genuinely, like for people that maybe are sort of new to yourself and myself, where can people find your music?
Spotify and all. I don't know. Somewhere. Type it into Google and you'll get it anywhere.
You need to get better at that. Like, do you have an Instagram page, for example?
I had people that did this shit for me, Phil. You know.
Jesus. But yes, Spotify, iTunes,
yep.
Lee Rogers Music on Instagram, Facebook page, and everything. You can
tell everybody.
You can find them. Well, somebody has to do the heavy fucking lifting here. Jesus Christ, man. Also, speaking of self promotion, it has to be said, we are not sponsored by Hop House 13, although we would fucking love to be. What a beer, like.
I know.
Doing the Lord's work, so they are.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
Good to be here.
Now, not to get in. Now, we want to stay away from like controversial topics and all that sort of carry on. But and I don't want to like jump in anything controversial. But your thoughts on Palestine, Lee? Sorry, buddy. No, we are not touching that with a fucking barge pole. Jesus Christ.
We'll stay clear of that one.
But again, like, this is a great opportunity for us to. Again, we're men of a certain age, and if you can't afford therapy, what do? You start a fucking podcast. Do you know what I mean? Because as far as I'm concerned, this is a good opportunity for me to fucking rant with my best pal.
Good lad.
And one thing we haven't talked about, and another sort of core tenet of our friendship, would be MMA, mixed martial arts. So talk to me a wee bit about how you kind of started in martial arts and kind of a wee bit of the tapestry, if you will.
Yeah, as a child, I was I was never really good at kind of handling my business, you know what I mean? I was always kind of worried about people and shit like that, and would have backed down from bullies and shit, you know. And then when I got into the Thai Jiu-Jitsu Association, which was a breakaway from the World Federation Jiu-Jitsu, there's lads from the shipyard put this together, and they were fucking great, good lads, you know. I ended up training a bit with those guys and I graded quite high on it. And then, you know, when you sort of hit 13, 14, you learn what your dick's for. And then what happens then is that you don't give a fuck about anything else, you know what I mean? And you just tell girls then for the next fucking 10 or 15 years, I'm a martial artist, you know? You know what I mean? Just to get your hole.
But again, there's strands of connectivity here. Same with tattooing. Tattooing, fucking incredible at it. Went away from it, came back to it. Yeah. Music, gravitated towards music, then through no fault of your own, had to go away from that, gravitated back to it. And again, there's those wee strands of connectivity with martial arts for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I came back to it alongside you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were fucking always nuts about the UFC.
And mate. Jesus.
I mean, you bored your mates in school who all they wanted to talk about was fucking hurdy and fucking football. Imagine
trying to be a fiend from Larne in a school up the coast who had never lifted a hurl in his life. First time I seen it, I thought it was a fucking weapon. Being like, here, anybody watch the boys fighting in a cage last night? There's a big boy, Tito Ortiz, was fighting a boy Crane Shamrock.
And nobody gave a fuck, sure, didn't.
No, and then you had to explain to people that it wasn't WWE.
There was a time when there was a period of time, but me and you ended up kind of fucking going alongside to EFR.
Under the tutelage of an incredible man.
David Patterson.
You know,
I mean, all fucking mixed martial arts paths essentially came from his club. I always
say that, like, if he is the main river, all sort of tributaries of MMA clubs lead back to him in some fashion.
I mean, he pioneered the absolute fuck out of it. I mean, he went out to Thailand, did the Thai stuff in the proper gyms and stuff, learned all that. I mean, he was when I was a kid, he was in the Thai Jiu-Jitsu Association, so he was always moving forward with it. And even these days now, when you bump into him, he's just the tightest, fucking fittest, craziest motherfucker on the planet. He really is. But I learned a lot from him, and I fucking always appreciate my time with him, because I was just kind of his wee protege anyway, so he took me under his wing.
No one cares what religion you are, mate.
Fucking 70%, you autistic cunt.
Sorry.
Right, anyway, listen to me. Trying to tell a story here.
Yes, sorry, mate.
So anyway, we ended up going down that path of, I would train a lot with him one-on-one, and then kind of gradually, because I was a wee weirdo, the classes kind of...
What do you mean?
All the people in the class.
You didn't want to be in a class environment?
I couldn't handle the thought of getting into a class full of monsters in his club.
Yeah, which at the time, don't get me wrong, still fantastic club, full of great martial artists. But at the time, you were talking guys like Greg Loughran, Mickey Doyle, Ronan McKay. Doozer was a tight bastard too.
I love that.
Tommy
McCafferty was down.
Incredible kid. Ryan
Roddy's fucking insane.
First man ever to break my nose. So again, we would have done privates with Davey, and sometimes there would have been other fighters knocking about. And Ryan Roddy, who is one of the most underrated martial artists Yoda MMA that this island's ever produced, the Grey Man. We were doing a bit of sparring, and he said to me, he's like, I'm only going to hit you as hard as you hit me.
You didn't know how. I mean, you had one fucking gear.
Mate, do you know what? I was born out of fear. That's all it was. I wasn't trying to big time anybody or anything. It's just that I was fucking scared, man. And I'd obviously been a wee bit too overly amorous in my approach, and he beat it. And no, he didn't. No, that's doing him a disservice. He didn't beat the fuck out of me. He let me know that he could if he wanted to. Just popping me here and there.
I've seen watching him even spar with some lads, some fucking ridiculous moments where he just went, how the fuck are you handling that, mate? You know, I enjoyed sparring with him, but like, I just went very gentle. So I got him the hard back.
Merv Mulholland again, another one.
He's doing great things, man. He's in great lad. Dubai to Spain, and
great lad.
His own club and all.
But I remember we used to have spars, and because so the more comfortable you are with somebody, the closer you are with somebody, the more of a friend they are. You have this weird propensity to feel more comfortable beating the fuck out of them. Me and you used to beat the bollocks out. So we would go from one end of the gym to the other. People would move out of the way, and at the end of a spar, people would be like,
These boys all right.
He's all right. If he's got priors or something. So, no, this is my best mate, so he is.
We're driving home together here.
Driving home together, being like,
couldn't fucking close my jaw.
Jesus.
Black eye and fucking jaw, couldn't close for days.
So again, that was another.
Sucking dicks, like.
Do you know what? I was saying there, mate Jack, earlier.
Yeah.
Now, with regard, if I ever had to go to prison, right, and I don't want to, like, don't get me wrong, but if I had to, right, what I have done to an airport Toblerone lets me know I'd be all right.
You'd be all right. You could do the fucking job.
Mate, that's the best thing about travelling. A wee airport Toblerone, getting home and like.
I don't like chocolate. It doesn't fucking.
How hurt you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I love
We pack it a fucking Chris.
That's it.
We pack it Lay's, just pulls her all
Pulls
together.
are all together.
That's a fucking reference to my boy. My boy, Joe. He lives up in Castle Rock, which is the sticks. And they all talk. They're all farmers. And he's grown up on a farm up there, away from these towns, you know what I mean? And he sent us a voice message, didn't he, from Tenerife.
Well, he was on holiday with his missus.
And he says, "Da, I got a 6-pack of Heineken, €4. I got 20 Marlboro fucking Gold, €4. And a pack of Lay's Chris just pulls her all together." What the fuck? Huh? I have that on repeat. I let every cunt hear that. It's funny as fuck.
But there's wee things like that. Again, like we're talking about, we're men of a certain age. Like shit like that makes me feel old. Because I remember your Joe and I remember your Luca from Diamondback. I
have a cracker photo of you and her. You're actually 10, she's fucking 3.
Yeah,
2 or 3. And you're on front. We're 10 or relays.
Now she's
bad Celia. Slobbers at you and all, tells you off.
Tells us we're not cool and all.
I know.
I still don't know what the fuck Riz is.
I took her to fucking New York with me.
I thought Riz was a person.
I took her to New York with me and see all the fucking wee waiters. You can see all the wee Hispanic waiters, you know, kind of like looking at her. You know, they're overtaking your order, but they're not looking at you. They're just looking at her. I'm sitting going, fuck me.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I'm sitting right fucking here. Would you stop? Do you know what I mean?
All part of getting older, mate.
I don't mind it. The lads are fine. It's her. I just fucking struggle with that. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, you're never going to see her as anything other than
my baby,
than your wee girl. But so music, tattooing, martial arts. You mustn't have a lot of time for anything else.
I sure have got. I mean, I only tattoo now. That's me. You know what I mean? I'm only writing music. Like when I get the time to sit and do it. I mean, this is the priority. This studio. We'll put a lot of time and effort in this, so this is the priority.
Does it change the way you write though? If you're writing now, kind of way, not without pressure, but with less pressure.
Yeah.
Do you find like you can take your time a wee bit more with it, or
take my time a bit more?
Because again, I know fuck all about songwriting or the process.
Other areas because you listen to all my shit. This is dark as fuck at times. Like, you know, it really is twisted shit. I read about fucking like spirits on a pirate ship, fucking watching it sinking and laughing their bollocks off.
Hellbound watching.
That's all my shit. That's my jam. You know what I mean? The crossroad demons and stuff.
Yeah.
I love all that. But now I'm enjoying writing music that doesn't necessarily have to be me singing it. I can go to someone else if I want. You know what I mean?
So
I'm exploring like love and loss and kind of all that sort of stuff.
But not necessarily from an ostensibly personal point of view.
Obviously, there's a bit of me in there.
Yeah, but it's not.
I need to know something about what I'm writing about.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
Fuck me. Even the songwriting process.
Right, it's your turn, you cunt.
What?
I'm going to start interviewing you. You can't fucking spend an hour interviewing me. It's
I'm not interviewing. I'm having a conversation with my mate.
So anyway, Phil.
Yes, mate.
So back in the day,
it's not as fucking easy as it looks, is it? Aye, go ahead.
Back in the day, mate. So listen to me. What happened to you? Who hurt you, kid? Are you all right?
Right.
So give me this one.
I was about to go into a therapy session.
Give me this one.
Go ahead.
You walked into my tattoo studio and I gave you a job. Can you remember how you got that job? We were working on that, weren't we?
Yes, we were working on this Batman sling. I've for people who don't know, I have a healthy Batman obsession.
It's a fucking fetish.
It's not a fetish, mate. It's not a fetish because then I would need to touch myself. No, it is. It is. It's a Batman fetish.
Poison ivy.
Don't put that in your dick. No. Anyway, so I was getting a Batman sleeve done, and I was in every 2 weeks. Like I was pretty consistent with it, and we just became mates.
Nikita was going away for a while.
Yes,
and I needed something.
States.
In the shop. Yeah.
Hawaii was it?
That was it.
Aye. And you needed someone just to...
But she knew about that like a year before, so...
Yeah.
You came in. Man, I found our first kind of wee well just a wee bit awkward. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was like we were two very fucking different personalities.
Mate,
we were.
I was fucking scared of you. no, that's me embellishing a wee bit.
Yeah.
We were two new people, and we just didn't really know how to interact with one another. And I can't remember what the catalyst was for bringing it all together.
Bringing her all together.
But I remember by the time they came back, she was a wee bit like, "The fuck happened here?"
We were joined at the hip.
Aye. Fucking class, like.
Love it.
Aye. And then again, so real life happens. So again, like we were never fully out of contact.
Yeah.
Ever. Like
We spoke. We still, when we were both away doing our thing, we spoke at very least fucking fortnightly.
Yeah. But just like real life kind of gets in the way.
That's it.
Which happens. But it was really the kind of the genesis of this place starting again, and I can't remember like a singular moment, but then it just kind of like almost like it happened all over again. Do you know what I mean? And that bond was still there, that friendship was still there. Yeah. And, without a shadow of a doubt, you're like one of my best friends in the entire fucking world. And I think when you have that, it doesn't dissipate, and you can't really break that away.
Yeah, it's always there. I think whenever me and you kind of caught up again, like, and decided, because we've been saying for a couple of years, let's get a beer.
Yeah.
And then I think, was I in Nashville? And
you were recording, yeah.
I was recording, so I was in Nashville, and I was talking to you, because I was up early every morning, but it was like fucking...
But I was in Bahrain so working, so the time kind of worked out for the pair of us, so it was just because you had no one else to talk to.
That's it. There was nobody up at home.
Yeah.
So me and you were chatting away, and I think I was flicking you early versions of some.
They say there ain't no smoke without fire. Yep.
You like Alvin, don't you?
I love that was good.
I think we're going to release that soon.
Aye. That'll be class. Well, is that a wee exclusive, is it?
That's a wee exclusive. We're going to be releasing The Realest Deal in the next couple of months anyway. We've got young Jack's going to look after the filming and the sound for it. Well, we don't even need sound because it's going to be a fucking song over it. Anyway, and Ian Mahood, our well-known fucking super coach from Carrickfergus, Ian Mahood.
Would you mean the best boxing coach on the island?
That's
all
him.
right, cool. I know him.
Well, he got very excited.
That's your mate.
That's
your mate. Your mate.
Our mate.
You're trying to claim him though.
No, you've claimed a couple of mine. You can't.
That's because they like me more.
Here, so he got very excited. Because he wants to do the whole Mickey out of snaps thing,
Right, now listen, I've issues with this, right? Now, I love Ian to bits, and he's sitting right over there, and he's fucking dead-eyeing me, because he knows what I'm going to say. I am not, even if it's a fictitious fight.
You don't have a no-loss clause.
I'm here.
He's got a no-loss clause.
I am not fucking losing. This will be like the Rock and was it Jason Statham the Rock and Vin Diesel.
Do you know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm thinking of having everybody wrapping their hands, getting ready, right? And at the end, just see
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. Yeah, just the two overhands just coming over as the last shot. That'd be cool. Huh? Yeah, you want to do more? You want to fucking look at him.
But that'll be fun. But also you still have your hand in music.
Yeah,
like I say, you're still writing and still
writing. I'm going to do some stuff next year, but at the minute I'm enjoying I'm enjoying writing on my own terms, getting stuff into the publisher, and not having to think about going to doing summer festivals and shit like that. Because you're away over for a day. This festival could end up it's hit or miss whether you're getting a good one or not.
Well, it's kind of it's an aspect of now. We both come from professions that involve a lot of travel.
Yeah.
And there's not to play the woe is me card by any stretch of the imagination, because I fucking love what I do with a passion, man. I still get to be involved in the sport that
you love,
the sport that I love, but also the sport that fucking helped me develop the kind of person I am now, instilling
and
those.
You're still a cunt.
I am.
Right, go ahead.
But instilling kind of like a wee bit of fucking like the ethos that you live by.
Yeah.
Like martial arts has done that for both of us, so it's great.
Definitely changed my fucking life and perspective and everything.
But we both travel extensively for work, and there is a misconception that you're out fucking partying or out seeing like loads of cool stuff. For me, regardless of where I go, I'm away for probably 3 days.
Yeah.
Not 3 full days. I get 1 full day for a show. So I'll arrive probably the day before, have weigh-ins, so go airport, probably straight to the hotel or straight to the venue for weigh-ins or something like that. Have a wee bit of media or something to do, go to bed, up the next day, the full day, takes over the show, and then usually gone the following day. And don't get me wrong, I wouldn't change it for the world, but there's something I always get really fucking annoyed when people say to me, it's like, oh, you're so lucky to do what you do. And I used to just, I used to nod along politely. I used to nod along politely and be like, yep, cool, yeah. But now I take no fucking, like, no social awkwardness in saying luck has fuck all to do with it. I'm one of the best in the world at what I do.
Yeah.
But again, people think that, oh, you're travelling here, you're travelling there. You're getting up at stupid o'clock to get the bus usually down to Dublin or to drive down to Dublin.
Yep, that's it.
To get two or three flights, to be absolutely fucking knackered by the time you get to somewhere, and still
have to put the face on.
Yeah, there's a degree of there's a, like, obviously yours is a lot more performative than mine, but there is still an element of performing to what I do, and you need to be dialed in for that.
How much of yourself do you show people when you're commentating? I mean, obviously your excitement is genuine, all right? So whenever you're there in the thick of it, is there a part of you that has a wall up to say, you're getting this part of me here and what I know about this, and that's it? We
should probably state for people who don't know, I'm a professional commentator.
Well, I was going to fucking interview you about it, but you've already spent the whole time interviewing me here. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, mate, we're having a conversation.
Keep going.
And I'm definitely not deflecting. So I'm a professional MMA commentator, and I fucking love what I do. And I think, hopefully, the reason that people maybe gravitate towards my style of commentary is because I'm unashamedly myself.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have an outwardly commentatory type voice. That's basically just the way I talk, but I enunciate a wee bit more for international audiences. Yeah. But I'm not polished in the way that a lot of commentators would be.
When I listen, anybody listens to you, man, you are this fucking otherworldly animal.
I love it because I'm passionate about it. Like I love.
You can tell that comes across.
I love MMA, and I always maintain. So my mates don't like watching MMA with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't realise I'm commentating. Yeah. The only difference is when I'm watching fights with friends, and you've seen this before. You can't swear. Yeah. Is the only difference. Yeah. So I'm still like, even if I'm watching a fight by myself, no, I haven't.
Have you even came close? Can you switch that off, man? I don't think I could switch fucking swearing off.
I didn't think I would have been able to, but I fucking can. I
fucking can.
When I'm working in that professional capacity, because the way I see it is, it would be a massive disservice not only to the organisation but to the people fighting.
Yeah.
And I have a responsibility to tell their story as truthfully, as eloquently, and with as much access to the people listening that I can. Because for me, the fighter walkouts are sometimes the most important part of a fight for me, because it's the opportunity you have to talk a little bit about the fighter, their background, to humanise the fighter. Because again, there's this misconception that anybody who steps inside a ring, a cage, any combative arena is a knuckle-dragging scumbag or a Neanderthal. But this is my opportunity to tell you that perhaps they're a family man. They fight for their child who's maybe has an illness, or that they are educated and they haven't been like railroaded into fighting because they have to out of necessity. They're choosing to do this, and it's an opportunity to really build their backstory. And it gives the people watching, like, I always think about, what if somebody's watching a fight for the very first time? So I was
going to say that. Yeah. You want to explain it in layman's terms so that somebody who has never seen it before.
100%. And even before anybody's threw a punch, I want to explain who this person is, who this human being is, because that's what it is at the core. It's a human being going in to fight, and I want to ingratiate them to somebody who's maybe watching for the first time, so they can say, "Fuck yeah, that's my guy." Yeah. He studied what? I studied that too. That's my guy. Little things like that to tell the story of the fighter, because you owe that to them. And again, that comes from the research that you do, because again, there's a little bit.
I've seen your research, man. Yeah. You're headlong into it.
I do a deep dive
for days.
I do a deep dive because it's respectful. You know.
But who else is doing that?
It's probably there probably are other commentators doing it, but again, you're being given a fucking huge responsibility, man. That an organisation is placing their trust in you to not only craft the narrative of a fight, but also to be able to explain that to however many people are watching. That for me is fucking huge, and it is a responsibility that I will never take lightly.
And the thing with it is that, I mean, it's not the same thing, but you're completely like at the beck and mercy of the crowd as well. You know what I mean? You're right in the thick of it. And I mean, even for me, that I have a ritual. So see, before I go on stage, I'll have this ritual where I pace for 15 minutes. I have a time where no matter what's going on, no matter what bustle's happening, once I know I'm about to go on, what time is it? 15 minutes. And I'll go away and I just walk around in circles. I'll walk around and I'll just kind of, I can almost feel as if I can feel my energy kind of, there's a moment where I know that I'm going to be okay.
Are you thinking anything, or like going through a mantra or anything, or are you almost kind of on autopilot?
It's a weird one. It's like a mantra. It's like almost reaffirming what you are and what you're capable of, and what last night's show was like.
Positive affirmation.
Yeah, that's it. It's fucking occultism, essentially. Yeah. But we look at it in a different way here these days.
Yeah.
What I do is I just make sure that I'm the right frame of mind, and there's a moment where I can almost feel as if like there's energy pushing for me. I get that heavy. I can feel it, and see when I feel that out about here, I can shake my hands off, and I know that's it. You know what I mean? And I walk on stage, no problem at all, no matter how many people are there. Yeah. Having that duty to kind of hold somebody's attention as well, I find it better in between the songs, because I could be singing any songs no matter how great they are, and if you're not fucking engaging them in between, they're not going to give a fuck. I tell different stories about the songs. I bullshit people. That song was about my wife. This song's about a girl I knew back in Belfast and fucking. And then next song's about a hooker. That's it. I do shit like that.
I didn't know you liked rugby. But no, that's what I was going to say. Because I love music, as all people do, whether they know it or not. Fucking love music. But I remember I was a massive fan of Kings of Leon. And I went to see them live, and it was the most disappointing experience I've ever had in live music.
Stairs, aren't they?
Because they played a song, boom. Next song, boom, boom. Like, it was like they couldn't. Like, maybe they were just on a bad day, but they couldn't. It felt like they couldn't wait to get out of there. Now they sounded good. They sounded good.
I seen Paul Weller doing that.
Yeah.
In Belfast.
That's fucking heartbreaking.
I love Paul Weller. Never spoke to the audience. In between songs, he was just talking to the band.
Yeah.
And starting, and there was no interaction at all.
I think it's because you develop when you're listening to a band that you fucking love. Yeah. You can't help but develop this emotional connection.
Of course, because they're singing shit that means something to you.
You relate to. That fucking like gets its hooks into you. So if you go and see somebody and they're void of the emotion that you derive from their fucking songs, it would put you off. Yeah. It would put you right off. So do you between songs you enjoy that wee moment?
I love that wee moment. See, whenever I can have a bit of crack with the audience and just enjoy it, and I like to look down and catch people's eyes down here. You know what I mean? And sort of talk directly to people.
It's like a comedian doing crowd work.
That's it.
No. That's a talent, that.
Well, listen, a long time. You see, whenever you come up sort of playing in bars and shit, you know what I mean, and you don't have any of that interaction, and you wouldn't even have the balls to try and interact. Because some cunt going, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? You're always very sort of like in here. That's why I wore hats all the time down around here, just kind of. So people wouldn't look at me.
Just doing everything you can not to play Wonderwall.
Although I have done it a couple of times.
I suppose you've had to, like.
I've had to, aye. Ever tell you about the time a place in the Cave Hill Road? I was playing at Foy Vance was playing with me. Foy Vance was playing as bass and the other vocal in the band. And we were playing this place, had to be 2004, 2003, something like that. And we just finished Mustang Sally. So we got that done. This boy come up and he's blocked. He says, lads, play that again. And we went, fuck's sake, mate, we just played it. He says, swear to just play it one more time. So coming towards the halfway mark, you know what I mean? I said, all right, so 2, 3, 4. Mustang Sally. Went through the whole thing again. He come up and he says again, lads, play it again. He says, fucking ways up, mate. We're not playing it for a third time. He turned around and he says, it's not me that's asking. See that wee man down the corner? We looked around and fucking one of the biggest gangsters who was all over the papers at the time was sitting in the corner fucking waving up at us. We just went, okay, mate, no sweat. It's 2, 3, 4.
for the next 90 minutes of this set.
Listen, see after that one there, that was it. We just says, that's us, folks. That's all we've got tonight. See you soon.
Fuck me.
Pack up and well.
Suppose you're bound
dodgy as fuck. Like,
how long did you do the sort of the pub, club and bar scene for?
I was doing it sort of 8 gigs a week. Two on a Sunday. 2 on a Sunday and then the rest. But that was all I was doing. So your whole, see when you're out doing that, your whole fucking day is just geared up towards going out that night. So everybody's going to bed at home.
Yeah.
Closing up. You're heading down to fucking start playing at 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So it's no real life, like.
I suppose it's antisocial as fuck.
Did everything they could to get that life. And when I got it was like, what the fuck? This is hard, like. You know what I mean? It's not good for relationships, not good for families.
That's something people don't think about. It affects every fucking facet of your life.
Every facet of your life, and you're geared up that whole day, and you don't get fuck all done, especially when you're somebody like me. My mind, see if I have something to do at 2 o'clock, I'll sit about.
I'd be the same.
I won't find shit to do. I'd sit about waiting till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not the same. But when I was doing shift work, like a barman and a doorman, see if I was starting at 6 o'clock, my whole day
was geared up towards
6. I wouldn't be like, oh, do you want to go out and grab lunch? I'd be like, nah, fuck. I just want to sit and look at a fucking TV until I have to be. Right, you should probably go for a shower or something now.
That's it. And then you're sitting thinking to yourself all the things that you could do, but you can't because 6 o'clock's coming around. You have
Yeah. You're restrained. But doing the pub and club scene, were you ever in a situation where you thought to yourself, or got a wee bit hairy, where something happened in a bar, and you're like, "Fuck me, I need to get out of here."
Aye.
Go ahead.
Well, that was that time. Like that was the biggest one. Like that was a scary time.
Mustang Sally.
Sally.
You probably can't hear that now. But going fuck.
I know every time I fucking hear it, I get PTSD. You look down and see this cunt you see in the fucking papers every week. You know what I mean? Fucking for shooting people and all, and you're just sitting going, "What the fuck?" He's sitting waving at us like that there, and we're sitting going, "Jesus Christ!" Right, we'll play it one more time, then we'll cut it, lads. All right?
Do you ever get the Sunday papers now just to see who you know in it?
Fucking die.
Like fuck, I tattooed him. Jesus Christ! Fuck.
It's a strange wee contrast, but we'll not go into that. No. We'll stay clear. Stay clear of that one tonight, Phil.
No, this is purely first podcast. We're going to keep it relatively PG. And this is more about kind of our origin stories.
We are going to go into taking Christianity apart and all.
100%.
All the good stuff, you know.
100%. And just as a wee bit of a preview of that, Lee and I are practicing occultists. So make of that what you will. And do you know what? The majority of people are probably practicing some element of occultism.
See if you're into this fucking manifestation shit that everybody's doing in these self-help books that are showing you how to do that. You're an occultist.
They're just window dressing it.
That's it. We're window dressing it for today's society, but you are a practicing occultist if you do that shit.
But that is something we are going to get into at a later date. Now, we've discussed doing the podcast, the Bat and the Bandit, for years. But ideally, what not that there's an end game, but like, have you form wise what you kind of thought you would want it to be, or like, is there like interaction with people listening, or is it just?
Where's your thoughts, Wes? I mean,
good way to deflect, mate.
What's your thoughts on this one, Phil?
It's fun for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, right.
I like talking.
We like
talking to each other.
Yeah, we like talking shit, and you're the funniest cunt I've ever met. But the majority of people, sometimes when we've been laughing our bollocks off at something, we've looked around and other people have just been looking stone-faced at us. Right, so I think we're funny.
Mother's Day, perfect example.
Fuck, Mother's Day, Jesus Christ. So Nikita was doing a flash day.
In here. Yep.
Flash day, and for those of you who don't know, in the tattoo community, a flash sheet is a tattoo that you can look at and be like, I want that, you know, with the price attached to it. So special occasions, Mother's Day, Father's Day, May 4th, Star Wars Day, those kinds of things. You'll get like a flash sheet, really busy day, people can come in, point at something and get it.
Yeah.
Now, it was Mother's Day. So, Lee and I had a rake of beers in us, and we were sitting, and Lee's mother has passed away, right? And I was meant to be taking my ma out for lunch, but she ended up being busy on Mother's Day.
So we stuck a foot up.
Aye, it's like
this here.
Just the two of us at the bar, like or two of us at the tattoo studio.
And what did you type on it?
I typed his ma's dead and my ma doesn't want to hang out with me. No,
his ma's dead and my ma's busy.
My ma's busy, exactly. Like we thought this was hilarious.
One wee laughy face.
And a bunch of people.
You can't say that shit about your man.
No, a couple of people actually messaged being like, "That's why you can't say that.
You
can't say that about your man. You can't say that about Lee either." And I was like, "Stand the fucking beside me."
So, you fucking suggested it. No, I didn't actually. It was you can't.
Oh, here. What? Do you know what? I think it's indicative of like the wee island that we live on. Gallows humor, man. Because there are times I go away with, like, and I work a fair bit with like Americans and stuff like that, and I'll say something that I think's fucking hilarious. You know, talking about about maybe no, I'm not even going to say that. That was fuck me. That was an intrusive thought. But some dumb shit. Maybe saying some dumb shit, and they look at you and they give you the head tilt. Be like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Are you talking about your trauma or shit like that?" Like, no, fuck me.
They love all that shit. Here,
they love talking about trauma.
I know. I was like,
jeez, you get fingered by one priest. One priest. Right.
You suck one priest dick.
Jesus, and you're forever known as a cocksucker. You can do great things in life.
One priest dick, and you're forever known as a cocksucker.
You're a cocksucker, but that's just the way.
I was out with Troy Ramey, fantastic singer-songwriter from the States.
Are your feet all right?
Huh?
Are your feet all right?
Why?
Just you've been dropping some fucking names through the course of this, like.
I'm looking at my feet and all.
Sorry, go ahead,
Why,
mate.
what's wrong? I'm moving about too much. What's going on?
Go ahead.
I'm thick as fuck today, boy.
Troy Ramey, great boy.
Yeah, great boy. Was on The Voice years ago. Did great things. Him and I he came to some of the shows when I was out touring the States with Foy.
Friends with him?
Me and him became
How close?
buddies. Not as close as you, man. Don't worry about it. He's like my best American friend. Is that all right? Or is that like you're not American? Come on, come here. Don't be at it.
All right.
There's one of them. Well, we're cool.
Brought to you by Hop House 13.
Or not.
Or not, because it's not a sponsorship. We would like it. But yes, sorry, you and Troy.
Yeah, so with Troy out there, I mean, he started that. I love it, man. He started to pick up on all my wee fucking nuances from here, with the shit that I was saying.
Aye.
So he's starting to say, aye, and dead on and all, but he was doing it like in his way, an American accent, you know what I mean? You know, so it was like, aye, Lee, dead on, man. You know what I mean? It sounded fucking weird as fuck. I love it. He still does it. He's trying to perfect his fucking Northern Irish accent, but he keeps sending me fucking voice notes. So he does.
That reminds me of a time. Now I'm going to do a wee bit of name dropping now, so forgive me. But I was working away, can't remember, it was somewhere in the Middle East, and my big mate Aaron Wallace was refereeing. Now Aaron Wallace, one of the greatest fighters this fucking wee scope has produced, was a great fighter, and then has now become one of the best MMA referees in the business.
Good lad.
Carlos Kramer, who is the announcer for Brave Combat Federation,
What a guy.
the 7-time cage announcer of the year. So he's absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic.
So the three of us were in a lift going down to breakfast, and obviously Arn's from Ballyclare.
Yeah.
Always say that his fucking autobiography would be called From Ballyclare to Bahrain. But we're in the lift going, and me and him are talking as we would. Now, when I'm around a bunch of Americans, I intentionally slow it down a little bit, and I enunciate.
I don't give a fuck.
I
love seeing their
enunciate.
confusion.
But
anyway, go ahead.
But because it was me and Aaron, we're bantering back and forth, and I can see Carlos doing fucking, like, his head's like he's watching tennis going back and forth.
Yeah, boy, Sam.
And then we get to the floor and I'm like, oh, Carlos, go out and have breakfast. It's like, wow, Gaelic sure is a beautiful language. He thought we were speaking Gaelic because you had fucking the boy from Ballyclare and a boy from Larne talking shy in Bahrain, which when you say out loud is fucking mad. But here, if you're all right, it's something that can take you around the fucking world, man. Which is fucking crazy. But that was a lot of fun. Another thing I want to talk about podcast wise. Now, we're both relatively not outspoken, but if we have an opinion, we don't shy away from it.
Yeah, and it's important to say now that we're not out to offend anybody.
No.
But, you know,
the opinions we express are ours and ours alone.
We fucking love everybody. I mean, we have all sorts of people, all walks of life coming through here. Though there is certain things that kind of fucking stick in our craw a bit that we will be talking about. And it's not offensive to anyone.
We're not.
It's just it's all childlike wonder. We'll call it that.
Exactly. And we're not
two absolute fucking spoons wondering about certain other things.
We're not particularly smart men. So, and we've also had and we've quite a lot of fucking cerebral damage between us, like.
Absolutely.
So I'm convinced I'm a case study in CTE. Like,
my short-term memory's gone.
Yeah,
I just can't remember.
I've taken a lot of slaps to the head. That coupled with some serious fucking drug abuse, it'll put you in bed. Like
drugs, mate. Oh my god.
Today?
Did you?
Today?
Did you?
No. I'm waiting on a boy giving me a ring. But yeah, it's not one of those things where we're trying to be intentionally controversial to try and stoke fires or fucking create.
I feel like I've just arrived back in the world, and it's like fucking holy shit. Is all this actually going on?
Yeah, there's certain things like, and I don't know, because I used to think I was a relatively, like, I would have considered myself liberal, like pretty liberal. Yeah. But by today's standards, I think I would be considered nearly fucking centrist or like slightly right of centre. Yeah. And my ideals haven't changed. Yeah. Again, it's the whole kind of.
Yeah, the shift of society, not their ideals. You know,
It's
the civilization around it.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I believe in equality and civil liberties as long as they're not impinging or impending upon anybody else's. But I do think there are certain elements.
We are not going to get in that tonight.
No, we're not. But
we're just forewarning.
No, we're forewarning that occasionally there might be topics coming up that might, depending on your disposition, need to be looked at with a degree of sensitivity.
I mean,
if you're sensitive, we can't fuck off. That's essentially is what I'm saying.
I mean, I fucking still. do. I just love it. I think it's amazing looking. The fucking Confederate flag's incredible looking.
I mean?
And I had it in my studio for years.
I remember.
It meant rock and roll to me. That's what it meant.
Because
Smoking the Bandit.
Your wife wouldn't allow you to put one up here.
No, I'm not allowed to have that at all. And, and understanding why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, anyway.
Cancel culture. Do you think that's a real thing?
Nah, you be cancelled if you want to be cancelled.
Yeah. And that's something that I've struggled with a lot.
Have you let yourself be? I mean,
yeah, you know? And not that I have any kind of a fucking public platform at all by any stretch of the imagination, and nor would I try and, because my views are mine and mine alone. I would never try and politicize my Instagram or my Facebook or anything like that. But I just think in the modern climate, you can't have an opinion unless it is in line with this radical fucking neoliberal left element they're creeping in.
Your opinion, you're just wrong.
Yeah.
There's no discussion.
Not just wrong. You're a fucking pariah.
Oh, why?
Do you know? And again, I don't have any radical views. I just have.
Pariah means outcast, by the way.
Outcast, what a band.
Yeah.
But I don't again, I don't believe that I'm radical in any way, shape or form. I just have certain ideas that are mine and mine alone, and I should be entitled to those as a fucking sovereign being. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Although, do you not feel that these days you don't really fucking want to talk about I kind of almost just don't want to get involved or talk about what I believe or feel, because you're talking to someone.
If it's anyone under the age of 30, they can fuck clean off.
That's it. You're talking to people who aren't listening to you. They're shouting they're shouting their beliefs or their opinions, but they don't want to hear yours, so they're not even hearing what you're saying. No matter how fucking valid it is, it's hard to get across to anyone who doesn't. You know what I mean? It's very few people now, and this is something that you should fucking have a think about, people, is if you're going to have a discussion, have a discsion. And fucking and
rather than just waiting for your turn to talk.
Wait for your turn to talk and shout down people whose opinion is opposite yours. They have that opinion for a reason. A lot of people have opinions, and that's all right. A lot of people get offended because they want to. I don't know about you, man, but I'm unoffendable because I don't give a fuck about anything.
I can't remember the last time I was offended in a conversation.
People go out of their way to be offended, so they hear keywords or something that you say, and they go,
trigger words.
That offends
trigger
me.
words.
You're lying cunt that didn't offend you. You're letting it offend you. That's all that fucking is. Do you know what I mean?
Which then they get offended about.
Do you know what I mean?
But again, even the whole fucking concept of being triggered.
Oh, aye.
That's a complete fucking fallacy, man. That's 100% a fallacy. If you're willing to engage, if you're willing to give me your point of view, you have to be willing to listen to my point of view. That's how civil discourse works, man.
Well, listen, we are going to get stuck right into this shit on the next episode.
Happy day. Are you happy to call it there?
I'm happy to call it there.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first episode of The Bat and the Bandit is in the books. Lee, have to do this kind of shit. Where can people find you on social media and all that jazz?
Lee Rogers Music. Type that in. And
where? Mate, get fucking better at this.
I had people doing this for me. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music. I don't know. It's everywhere.
Thanks for that. If you're halfway interested in my day today, you can find me at PC_commentary on Instagram. I don't use TikTok because I'm 35. I don't use X, formerly known as Twitter. Again, because I'm
fucking scum central.
Again, because I'm 35 and just a few social media.
It's fucking hateful. X is hateful.
Trying to close a podcast here, but we're fucking going on around again.
We'll end up on another round here.
Social media is one of the signs of the apocalypse and is inherently detrimental to civil discourse. I'm still talking.
No, I've got to tell you something. But
go ahead, mate.
Right. I forgot what I was going to fuck.
I was done, mate. Right. That's we're gonna get better at closing the podcast. We are not sponsored by anyone. Anyone who would like to come on board as a sponsor, if you're not fucking feared, yes, please feel free. And for anyone that chose to listen to this, thank you very much. Lee Rogers, my partner in crime, the bandit himself.
Cheers, brother.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on episode 2, hopefully.
Bye, motherfuckers.